Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on YouTube. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why would you ever want to miss it, especially if you love the movies?
Tango Shalom is now available on all VOD
major platforms. I think we messed that up.
Video on demand, or as they say in the trade, VOD.
VOD. Tango Shalom is now available on all VOD platforms,
which means
video on demand.
Look how you know. You must be a high school graduate.
I'm a college graduate.
Really?
Yes.
I got an honorary degree from Hofstra. Did you get an honorary degree?
No, I got a degree.
Oh, well, I got honorary. You know, I'm in the Jewish Museum.
What for?
What do you mean? As a famous Jew in the Bronx. I'm in the famous...
I'm in the Prospect Park in the Stones.
How big is the stone?
Observations with Robert Meyer Burnett.
Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, and your viceroy of verisimilitude, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I am here, whether you're on the half shell, the half pipe, or you're still half in the bag. Welcome to this, the Hollywood Half and Half, your 30-minute blast of entertainment news. And I want to give a shout-out to Sonny Dominguez, imagination connoisseur par excellence, for that first graphic that you saw at the top of the show. This graphic, if you want to make a graphic for the Hollywood Half and Half, heck, who's going to stop you? Not me. I'll put it on the show and give you a name check. So thanks to Sonny Dominguez. Well, here's to you, sir. Thank you for your creative efforts. Now, of course, everyone knows, we're just going to jump right into what happened yesterday. That's right, the Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man No Way Home trailer debuted. Amen. How exciting. Obviously, there was a lot to see in this trailer. Villains, the Sinister Six, almost. Look at this. You got a classic version of Electro, you've got Sandman, you've got the Lizard, you've got the Green Goblin, you've got Alfred Molina coming back playing Doc Ock. You know what you don't have, though? You don't have Tobey Maguire, and you don't have Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield still vehemently maintains that he's not in this movie. I don't know if he is or not. I think, I keep going back to John Harrison. What did Benedict Cumberbatch play in Star Trek Into Darkness? I forget. No, he played Khan, but of course they denied that forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until the movie came out. I think it's kind of fun. Kevin Feige is nothing if not a showman. So whether or not Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's involvement in this movie is in fact the worst kept secret in Hollywood, clearly the trailer made an impression. I'm sure we're going to find out later today how many impressions it made in the first 24 hours. If I could editorialize, the movie looks a lot of fun to me. But I have to say, from my own perspective, it does kind of look like, where's Spider-Man in the movie? You got all these villains. You got Doctor Strange. You've got Zendaya, who looks adorable. I love her little going head-to-head with Doctor Strange. That was very funny. I know another magic word, please. That whole scene with Otto Octavius cracked me up. Looks very fun. I will say this. Judging from all the characters that appear in this movie, if you don't watch out, and you're a Hot Toys fan, you will be run into the poorhouse by the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. But it was a lot of fun. I think it was another big triumph for Sony and Marvel. This very well could be the first movie in the pandemic era that hits $1 billion. So that's pretty exciting. And and I'm there for it. I think we all are going to be there for it. And it was pretty cool. Not Tobey Maguire, he wasn't there. Tom Holland did appear at a live event here in California. And, of course, the movie comes out in December. So that's pretty exciting, and I think we're all there for it. This next story, on the cutting edge, Mr. Quentin Tarantino has found himself afoul of his old studio, Miramax. This is interesting. Quentin Tarantino has been hit with a copyright suit by Miramax over his NFT plans. Sort of interesting. Eager to cash in on the non-fungible token, or NFT boom, as widely reported in the media, Quentin Tarantino recently announced plans to auction off 7 exclusive scenes from the 1994 motion picture Pulp Fiction in the form of NFTs, proclaims Miramax, in a breach of contract and infringement lawsuit filed yesterday in the federal court of California. The Oscar winner announced his foray into the digital art world at the NFT NYC conference this month. No date has been laid down for the auctions, but we know, according to Deadline, that Tarantino's NFTs are set to be 7 scanned digital copies of his handwritten original scripts with audio commentary. Handwritten copies. Quentin Tarantino writes all of his screenplays in longhand. So, does Miramax own those, or do they own the final version that they had copywritten? I don't know. This could be a very interesting legal battle, methinks. The lawyers from Miramax say Tarantino's conduct has forced Miramax to bring this lawsuit against a valued collaborator in order to enforce, preserve, and protect its contractual intellectual property rights relating to one of Miramax's most iconic and valuable film properties. According to the 22-page complaint filed by lawyers at Proskauer Rose LLP about the director's career-making second film starring Jackson, John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Ving Rhames, Tim Roth, and a punchy Bruce Willis, left unchecked, Tarantino's conduct could mislead others into believing Miramax is involved in his venture, the suit states, and it could also mislead others into believing they have the rights to pursue similar deals or offerings when, in fact, Miramax holds the rights to develop, market, and sell NFTs relating to its deep film library. Quentin Tarantino's reps, or Quentin Tarantino, has not responded yet. And a Deadline says, clearly Miramax begs to differ on what it sees as a one-time transaction not covered by any of Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction rights, or, as Sam Jackson's Assassin Deluxe Jules would say, oh, I'm sorry, did I break your concentration? I don't know. I think that's actually kind of funny. And, it's going to be an interesting... We're moving into interesting times. What happens? Is it something that, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. His handwritten script pages. Does Miramax actually own those? We don't know. And this, next up, according to the BBC, oh boy, from an hour ago, the BBC News is reporting that Star Trek Discovery fans are angry as the new season is pulled from international Netflix days before the launch of the show's season. The 4th season, I reported on this yesterday on Robservations. It was a just dropping story yesterday, but fans are pissed. According to the BBC, it says Star Trek fans have been left livid after the global release of the new season spin-off show. Star Trek Discovery was pulled days before its planned launch. The 4th season of the sci-fi series had been due to launch outside North America on Netflix on Friday. However, Netflix has lost the global rights to Paramount, which will now put the show on its own streaming service. I should point out that Paramount Plus is not currently available in most of Europe. Viewers outside the U.S. and Canada must wait until Paramount Plus launches in 20 countries, including the UK next year. A statement said it would be available in early 2022, but an exact date and plans for the rest of the world have not been announced. Star Trek on Paramount Plus, who I should point out, pre-blocked me. They blocked me, one of the oldest, dearest Star Trek fans who ever lived. A man who directed a movie about Star Trek starring William Shatner was pre-blocked by Star Trek on Paramount Plus. Gosh, I wonder why. I don't have sour grapes about Star Trek Discovery, but they tweeted out yesterday to our international Star Trek Discovery fans. We know you are anxious to hear our plans for Season 4, so we wanted to update you. Internationally, the upcoming season of Star Trek Discovery Season 4 will now premiere exclusively where Paramount Plus is available in early 2022. This means the new season and all previous Discovery seasons will be available internationally in 2022 as Paramount Plus expands globally. I also am to understand that they pulled all of Discovery off. Gosh, way to think of your fans, Paramount. But you know what? You think about as much of your fans as you think about Star Trek itself, judging by the content of the last 3 seasons of Star Trek Discovery, so it shouldn't be surprising. Larry Nemeczek, who wrote the Star Trek The Next Generation Compendium, he tweeted out, I mean, just wow, those corporate gears really need some oiling. Amazing how the global market is just so cultivated for film and the TV impacts are just ignored. The world Netflix and Star Trek fan base is livid and on 72 hours notice. Yep. Well, hey, what can you say? I expect nothing less of the people running Star Trek these days. Boy, the only thing that's coming out of Star Trek that excites me anymore is a little bit of Prodigy, a little bit of Lower Decks, give credit where credit is due, but mostly XO6 for their high-end Star Trek action figures. Kudos to that company. They know more about Star Trek than I think anybody working on them. And of course, the novelists who are finishing up the last 20 years of Star Trek novel continuity with the Coda miniseries, which I can't recommend highly enough. It's sort of Star Trek's own Crisis on Infinite Star Trek Universes, written by Dayton Ward, James Swallow, and David Mack. The final book comes out November 30th. It's the best Star Trek going. Check it out. Also, according from one day ago, this comes from winteriscoming.net, Dan Selke wrote an article about apparently Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is inspired by the pandemic. We were in lockdown as we went into writing this season, showrunner Michelle Paradise told Decider. We were in lockdown when we started to shoot the season, but the pandemic, it was and is such a huge part of all of us as a global community, we couldn't help but explore some of the things in our storytelling for Season 4. It was such a big thing. That said, don't expect the characters to literally be getting sick. Well, no, those are the viewers. As Paradise clarified, that is not a one-to-one thing. Instead, the season is about an anomaly that is destroying large swaths of the galaxy, and this is just as Michael Burnham has become captain of the USS Discovery, because she's oh so qualified. No one knows how to deal with the situation, so even though the details are different, the sense of helplessness and confusion is the same. Michelle Paradise, you're wrong. The sense of helplessness and confusion is in the minds of your viewers. In terms of what that means to us as humans, what that means thematically for things that we are experiencing, uncertainty, those definitely play out in the season, and we look at those things in terms of what our characters are experiencing and how it affects their relationships and all of that kind of thing. Paradise said, along with action and adventure and fun. That spirit as well. It's not a downer. Ah, so fun is a pandemic metaphor. Well, there you go. Star Trek Discovery in a nutshell. How fantastic. Boy, don't know what to say about that. But, anyway, Star Trek Discovery Season 4 begins tomorrow. If you live in the United States and Canada. So good on us. There you go. I'm sorry. Am I being too harsh? I don't mean to be. Anyway, the Expendables 4, which is currently shooting, 2 crew members, unfortunately, were injured during the production in Europe. 2 members have been injured during the production of Sylvester Stallone's action film, The Expendables 4, which is currently filming in Greece. According to producer Millennium Films, one injury involved a painter falling from a height during pre-production. The painter required hospital treatment, but we're told is now recovered. This coming to us from Deadline, and Andreas Wiseman writes this, and this comes to us from, actually this morning at 4 a.m. The second injury occurred more recently when a stuntman backed up a slow-moving vehicle over a camera assistant's foot. We're told the assistant is now recovered. A representative from the production told us the production of Expendables 4 is taking every precaution to ensure the safety of all crew. Scott Waugh is directing the Lionsgate Actioner, which is filming in Thessaloniki, northern Greece. Joining Stallone in the fourth installment are Megan Fox, of course. Why shouldn't the Expendables have Megan Fox? Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Andy Garcia, Uko Uwais from The Raid, 50 Cent, Levi Tran, Tony Jaa, and Randy Couture. What a cast. The lucrative franchise is no stranger to incident. In 2011, the stuntman died and another was injured during filming in Bulgaria. Anyway, I think let's hope that everyone is still safe out there. Who doesn't love the Expendables franchise? Don't we all love the Expendables franchise? Now, this is kind of interesting. I don't know what to say about this, but it's happening. Staples Center, which is kind of the epicenter of downtown entertainment. The Lakers play there. I've seen many concerts there. I saw Muse there. I saw Prince there. Staples Center is being renamed. So for all of us in LA, this is kind of a big deal. Staples Center is being renamed Crypto.com Arena in a reported $700 million deal between AEG and the cryptocurrency platform. I don't know if any of you have seen these Matt Damon commercials for Crypto.com. But the Crypto.com Arena, I don't know, Staples Center sounded kind of cool. I guess an office supply chain is not as cool as crypto, clearly. In what is said to be one of the biggest naming rights deals in U.S. history, downtown LA's Staples Center will become the Crypto.com Arena. I mean, wouldn't it be just cooler if it was Crypto Arena? But I guess they have to, it's branding, I get it. Beginning Christmas Day. Well, kids, if you want something to happen, all you have to do is come up with $700 million and Santa will bring you a new name for whatever it is you can pay $700 million for. The deal between the Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency exchange and AEG is worth $700 million, according to multiple reports. As part of the deal, Crypto.com becomes an official cryptocurrency platform partner of the Los Angeles Lakers and the LA Kings. That's fascinating. And a statement from the currency trader. The deal becomes official on Christmas Day, which just happens to be the occasion of the NBA's highest-profile regular season game, a nationally televised contest between the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets at the newly christened LA Arena. The new logo for the building and premium-branded areas of the arena include a 3,300-square-foot activation space at the building's entrance are to be unveiled on Christmas Day. That's marketing speak for telling you all about crypto. Given the artist's rendering of the arena released by Crypto.com, one would assume the deal includes the building's iconic rooftop banner. The agreement assures official designations across LA Live, Microsoft Theater, the Novo, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Kings. This partnership represents the fastest-growing cryptocurrency platform and the biggest sports and live entertainment company in the world, converging to drive the future of sports and live entertainment as well as the incredible legacy of this arena for decades to come, said Todd Goldstein, Chief Revenue Officer of AEG. It marks an exciting new chapter in the history of our company and our respective industries, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have such a visionary partner like Crypto.com supporting our global fan base and local community. Crypto.com bills itself as the first official cryptocurrency sponsor and NFT partner of UFC and F1, the first to partner with an NHL team, the Montreal Canadiens, and the first to partner with a professional sports league. Lega Series A, it claims to have more than 10 million customers. The company was founded in 2016 and recently began a global campaign featuring Matt Damon. So you can't escape crypto, apparently, and, well, would anybody want to? Don't know, but fascinating nonetheless. Now, a bit of good news that I think everybody will love. Well, not so much. But what we have going on here is, well, during the pandemic, you thought we watched a lot of Netflix, didn't you? According to the New York Times this morning, more than 100,000 Americans died from drug overdoses in the year-long period ending in April, government researchers said. This comes to us this morning. Actually, it was published right before I went on the air, and it was written by Roni Karen Rabin, and it's from the New York Times, Americans died of drug overdoses in record numbers as the pandemic spread across the country. Federal researchers reported on Wednesday the result of lost access to treatment, rising mental health problems, and the wider availability of dangerously potent new street drugs. In the 12-month period that ended in April, more than 100,000 Americans died of overdoses, up almost 30% from the 78,000 deaths in the prior year, according to provisional figures from the United States National Center for Health Statistics. The figure marks the first time the number of overdose deaths in the United States has exceeded 100,000 a year, more than the toll of car accidents and guns combined. Overdose deaths have more than doubled since 2015. My heart goes out to all those people, and let's hope we can concentrate on something other than COVID, because people have other healthcare needs, especially mental healthcare needs. So let's hope that that changes in the coming year. Now, to bring it back to some good news, look who we have here. We've got LaVar Burton. Everyone knew LaVar Burton wanted to be the host of Jeopardy, and he should have been. The man just gets handsomer as the years go by. Geordie LaForge himself, Kunta Kinte from Alex Haley's Roots. It looks like LaVar Burton has been tapped to host a Trivial Pursuit game, a game show. It does not have a network yet, so we don't know where it's going to air, but it's being produced by E1 and Hasbro. Now, who doesn't love this? The Star Trek and Reading Rainbow favorite will host a new Trivial Pursuit TV game show that is being produced by game maker Hasbro and Entertainment One. A network is not yet attached. Burton's involvement, however, should make the series easy to sell. Quote, LaVar Burton has been an iconic member of American pop culture for decades, from Roots to Reading Rainbow to Star Trek and beyond. His love for intellectual curiosity paired with his ability to connect with audiences worldwide make him the perfect partner to bring Hasbro's beloved trivia game to households in a new and exciting way, said Tara Long, president of Global Unscripted Television at E1. Burton will exec produce the series via his LaVar Burton Entertainment banner. Hasbro, who owns the rights to the iconic board game, will executive produce the series. E1's Long and Gina McDermott, as well as LBE's Sangeeta Patel, will also be credited as exec producers. Trivial Pursuit is one of the best-known brands in the gaming universe. I am thrilled to have partnered with Hasbro and E1 to bring this beloved game to market as a premium show for television. Burton was among those who threw their hats in the ring to replace the late, great Alex Trebek as host of Sony TV's syndicated trivia show Jeopardy! He served as a guest host from July 26th through 30th after an online petition drew 250,000 supporters, but he was not selected to be the show's full-time host. Anyway, I think this is a great idea. It like what LaVar Burton has always stood for, intellectual curiosity. Trivial Pursuit has always been a fun game, and I have always been a fan. So it's great to see LaVar Burton do this. I'm sure the show is going to be a big hit. And how very exciting. How very exciting. Now, in some not so exciting news, yesterday, Warner Home Entertainment released, that's right, they released The Road Warrior. They released The Road Warrior to, as you know, many different home video platforms. And I have to say, this is a grail disc for me. It also, by the way, was released not only as a single disc 4K release, but The Road Warrior was also released as part of the Mad Max anthology, which I purchased. However, home video departments, can I just editorialize for a moment? You have one job. One job. If you're going to release a Grail disc, a 4K disc, you are making a movie currently, Furiosa, with George Miller, the director of The Road Warrior, the director of all of the, well, he co-directed Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, but his company, they made you Happy Feet, they made you The Witches of Eastwick. George Miller has a long-time association with you guys, Warner Brothers. So Warner Home Video, Bill Hunt from the Digital Bitch, the Digital Bits, although all bitch. Excuse me there. It appears, this is according to Bill, it appears that Warner Brothers' new 4K Ultra HD disc of Mad Max 2, a.k.a. The Road Warrior. For those of you who don't know, Mad Max was a hit around the rest of the world, so it was called Mad Max 2 in other countries, but not in the United States, because Mad Max was a low-budget, kind of a grindhouse film when it was first released here in America. So they didn't call the movie Mad Max 2 in America. They called it The Road Warrior, but the original title is, of course, Mad Max 2. Warner's new 4K Ultra HD of Mad Max 2, which promises a new Dolby Atmos mix, as well as the previous 5.1 and original 2.0 audio tracks, does indeed include a new Dolby Atmos mix. But that mix alters many sound effects. What? Alters many sound effects and is missing a number of others. What's more, the 5.1 and 2.0 tracks are not the original tracks, but are in fact just fold downs of the new Atmos mix. Disappointing all the way around. We've just gotten the Mad Max anthology in for review in 4K UHD here at the Bits, so we'll dive into it soon and report back over the next day or two, but be aware of the issues. Now, note that we've informed Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, and they've confirmed that their tech team is looking into it. We'll report back when we hear more. As you all know, I'm a longtime huge fan of physical media, and as a post-production supervisor myself, as I was on Tango Shalom, available now on VOD, it's inexcusable this kind of thing happens. And it's happening because the studios have gotten rid of the people that have institutional knowledge of all of this material. And when you're working with the actual director of the film, hey, studios, please, if you can, send these masters out to be looked at by the filmmakers. Somebody remixed this movie, and whoever remixed it certainly didn't do it under the auspices of the director or even the original sound designers if they're still alive. This, not good. Not good. This was a grail disc for me. I did get the Mad Max anthology in from Warner Brothers yesterday, but you know what? The only reason I really wanted it, I mean, I already had Fury Road on 4K. I already had Mad Max on 4K. So I bought it for 2 discs, and one of those 2 discs, 50% of the discs that I bought this package for, this expensive package, is messed up. And that is messed up. So you people, and I mean you people at the studios, anybody who's interested in physical media, and also, how about preserving your films properly? If you're going to go in and do an Atmos remix of a movie, you don't leave out sound effects. That's inexcusable. And this, problematic. Some old guy in Hollywood says, some old guy in Hawaii, not in Hollywood. I'm sorry, some old guy. Some old guy in Hawaii. Are you really old? I think if you live in Hawaii, you're young at heart. Some old guy in Hawaii says, daylight savings, so I'm up, but only because I have dental. Good show, nonetheless. Well, some old guy in Hawaii, can I say Meli Kaliki Maka? I mean, I know that's Merry Christmas in Hawaiian, but that's about all the Hawaiian I know. I will drink to you, sir, however. I will not drink to the people at Warner Home Video, except George Feltenstein. They brought back George Feltenstein, a man who knows more about home entertainment than most people have forgotten in their entire lifetimes about every subject they ever knew anything about, specifically algebra. But I think that it's great to have George Feltenstein back. Under his watch, none of this will ever happen again. So, George, here's to you, sir. I also give a big Hollywood half and half gulp to you for fixing this problem expeditiously. So, there you go. And that is the end of the Hollywood half and half, your blast of entertainment news in the morning. As I said, if you're on the half shell, the half pipe, or just half in the bag, join us every morning, weekdays, for the Hollywood half and half, for your blast of entertainment news, filtered through my, you might get a handle on my sensibilities if you've watched this show all the time. You'll see what I'm interested in, and I'm hoping what I'm interested in is what you're interested in as well. And I just want to say that some people said that, Rob, isn't this show a little fast for what you normally do? That's true, it is. But you know what? I'm drinking my morning coffee, and I'm going to drink my morning coffee anyway. So if you want to hear the long-form version of my unique Robservations, tune in to Robservations every weekday at 2:30, where we'll dive into certain subjects. Today, also, Join me for Fully Articulated, where as I and Justin Kane from Justin's Collection, the triumphant return of Justin Kane to the show, will talk everything, including the new Hot Toys Spider-Man No Way Home figure that they dropped last night. Well, they announced it. We probably can't get it till 2025, but it'll be there. This brings an end to the Hollywood Half and Half for Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. I want to thank all of you imagination connoisseurs for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.